What if I told you that the little girl who once cried backstage after being booed off a stage at age 10 is now a millionaire mom-to-be, headlining in Las Vegas and living between 3 luxury homes across 2 continents? Yeah, this isn't a Disney fairy tale. This is the real story of Jessica Sanchez, the Filipino-Mexican vocal powerhouse whose voice could shatter glass and whose 2025 lifestyle is even louder than her high notes. She's got ocean view mansions, a garage full of sleek rides, a love story straight out of a rom-com, and a comeback arc that would make even Simon Cowell cry. So buckle up, because we're diving deep into the glamorous, emotional, and jaw-dropping life of Jessica Sanchez. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around till the end. Born Jessica Elizabeth Sanchez on August 4th, 1995, in sunny Chula Vista, California. She grew up in a home where 2 worlds collided in the best way possible. Filipino warmth from her mom's side and Mexican grit from her dad's. Picture karaoke nights, adobo on the table, and mariachi music in the background. Her dad, Gilbert, was a U.S. Navy man with a no-excuses mindset, and her mom, Edita, was a homemaker and part-time worker who made sure every cent counted. As the oldest of 3, Jessica wasn't just the big sister. She was the family's voice, literally. But don't think it was all smooth sailing. Money was tight, dreams were expensive, and chasing a career in music wasn't exactly in the family budget. Yet even as a kid, Jessica's talent was impossible to ignore. By age 5, she was belting Whitney Houston in the living room. By 7, she was entering talent shows, often skipping family outings because the $20 entry fee was a big deal. And at 10, she hit the Apollo Theater stage singing Aretha Franklin's Respect. She got a standing ovation and a round of boos. Brutal? Absolutely, but it lit a fire under her. As her mom told her that night, "That's how you know you're real." And real she was. Even when classmates mocked her voice and called her a show-off. Even when the family struggled. Even when her parents split and she had to grow up faster than most kids. Her voice became her escape, her weapon, and her ticket out. And that ticket started paying off. In 2006, 10-year-old Jessica took a leap onto the America's Got Talent stage for the first time. She crushed Aretha's Respect again, wowed the judges, earned a wildcard spot, and then got eliminated before the finals. But she didn't stop singing. She couldn't. A few years later, she entered American Idol Season 11, and this time the world really heard her. 16-year-old Jessica's voice was so powerful, Jennifer Lopez literally begged America to vote. Week after week, she blew audiences away with songs like "I Will Always Love You" and "I Who Have Nothing," eventually finishing as runner-up. And that so-called loss launched her career. She signed a $150,000 deal with Interscope Records, dropped her debut album, Me, You and the Music, which hit number 26 on the Billboard 200, and started touring around the world. She sang at NFL games. She performed for President Obama. She starred on Glee. She even sold out arenas overseas, pulling in $200,000 a night. All from the same voice that people once said was too much. But Jessica wasn't done rewriting her story, because while most reality show singers fade after their breakout, she did something bolder. She vanished. Quietly, purposefully, she stepped back from the spotlight, and then when the timing was perfect, she came back swinging. Fast forward to 2025. Jessica walks onto the AGT stage again, but this time, she's not just a singer chasing a dream. She's a woman with a story, a legacy, and oh yeah, she's 9 months pregnant. The crowd loses its mind as she belts Benson Boone's Beautiful Things and earns Sofia Vergara's Golden Buzzer. Week after week, she keeps raising the bar with hauntingly beautiful performances of Golden Hour and Die with a Smile, and by the finale, history is made. Jessica becomes the first former contestant ever to win AGT, walking away with $1 million and a Las Vegas residency deal. It's the ultimate full-circle moment. 20 years of hustle, heartbreak, and hard work all paying off on the same stage where it all began. And as confetti falls around her, Jessica is in tears. "This is 20 years in the making," she tells Terry Crews, and she's not exaggerating. From a bullied little girl singing her heart out in a 2-bedroom apartment to a global star with an empire, Jessica Sanchez didn't just chase her dream. She outsang every obstacle that tried to silence her. But here's the part nobody talks about. Because while the headlines love her voice, it's her lifestyle that's hitting all the right notes. And when I say lifestyle, I mean multi-million-dollar homes, luxe cars, and a life built on heart and hustle. So let's step through the front doors of Jessica's world. And spoiler alert, these houses are anything but ordinary. Now, when you think celebrity home, you probably picture some sterile glass box in the Hollywood Hills where everything's white, cold, and looks like it was designed by a robot with no soul. Jessica? Not even close. Her homes aren't just mansions. They're memory machines, love letters to every chapter of her life. And each one has a story that hits deeper than any chart-topping single. Let's start where it all began. Chula Vista. The same city where Jessica grew up chasing big dreams now holds her $1.8 million coastal cottage. And calling it a cottage is like calling Mariah Carey a decent singer. Bought in 2013, right after American Idol, this place is where success meets sentiment. Picture white stucco walls draped in bougainvillea, a terracotta-tiled porch overlooking the Pacific, and a backyard deck where karaoke nights aren't just a hobby, they're a family tradition. Inside, the living room doubles as a recording nook, walls lined with family photos, her AGT trophy, and a portrait of her mom right next to her dad's Navy hat. It's warm, lived in, and filled with soul. Basically, it's Jessica in house form. The kitchen is a full-on culinary stage where adobo simmers on a Viking range and family recipes are passed down like platinum records. Her bedroom? A four-poster sanctuary with ocean views and Filipino linens, the perfect retreat for meditation sessions before a big show or, pregnancy naps. And that office tucked in the corner. That's where tracks like Baddie were born. Outside, solar panels keep the property eco-friendly, while a fire pit and herb garden play host to family barbecues and songwriting nights. It's more than a home. It's the heartbeat of Jessica's journey. Proof that even after the fame and fortune, she's still that girl from Eastlake with a dream. But when work calls, Jessica swaps seaside serenity for star power city life. Enter the Los Angeles Hills Hideaway, a $1.5 million mid-century modern palace that's basically creativity wrapped in concrete and glass. Bought in 2018 after her Glee stint, this is where the business side of Jessica's empire lives. Floor-to-ceiling windows flood the space with California sunshine, while a sleek, minimalist interior keeps the vibes as sharp as her vocals. The living room, with its linear fireplace and minimalist decor, is where she hosts songwriting sessions with industry heavyweights. There's a shelf holding her American Idol runner-up plaque and AGT crown side by side. A constant reminder that every near miss was just a setup for a bigger win. The kitchen here is a masterpiece too. Quartz countertops, a massive island for late-night brainstorming sessions over vegan tacos, and a sunny corner where she runs calls for her foundation. The master suite, think city skyline views, a jacuzzi bathtub that's seen more tour recovery bubble baths than we can count, and a walk-in closet stacked with stage gowns that would make a red carpet stylist faint. Outside, the pool and citrus grove make the perfect backdrop for laid-back gatherings, while smart home tech lets her control everything from lighting to surround sound with just her voice. Because of course it does. This isn't just a house, it's mission control for a global star who's balancing artistry, business, and now, motherhood. And then there's the Manila Mansion, a $1.7 million modern masterpiece in Makati that's all about heritage, family, and coming full circle. Bought in 2020, this home is Jessica's love letter to her Filipino roots. Capiz shell windows, bamboo floors, and a sampaguita-filled garden give it the charm of old Manila wrapped in 21st century luxury. The living room hosts legendary karaoke nights with cousins and titas, while shelves display her OPM awards and cultural keepsakes. The kitchen is where her mom's sinigang recipe turns into Sunday feasts, and the bedroom, with its bay views and canopy bed, is pure serenity, the place where she dreams of her daughter's future. There's even an office with a grand piano for composing Tagalog ballads and a koi pond outside where family reunions become full-blown festivals. It's heritage and heart under one roof, and every detail screams home. But what's a superstar lifestyle without a killer garage to match? Jessica's taste in cars is the perfect reflection of who she is. Grounded, versatile, but still undeniably luxe. Her Lexus RX, a $55,000 crossover, is her go-to ride when she's escaping the city for a quick creative recharge. Think highway drives with her playlist blasting, traffic jams turned into jam sessions, and just enough comfort to spark new song ideas on the road. Then there's her Mercedes-Benz C-Class, a $45,000 daily driver that balances practicality with polish. Whether she's heading to a studio session, grabbing coffee with friends, or surprising fans at an open mic night, this car is quiet enough for vocal warm-ups and peppy enough to keep up with her energy. And rounding out the trio is the Audi Q5, a $40,000 SUV that's been her ride or die since those early career gig runs. It's her everyday hero, hauling gear, handling errands, and getting her to family events without skipping a beat. It's not about showing off, it's about showing up. And Jessica does that with style. From ocean view cottages and Hollywood hideaways, to Manila mansions and a garage full of sleek rides, Jessica's lifestyle is the perfect remix of comfort, culture, and class. But if you think her world is just homes and horsepower, you're missing the most important verse in her song, the one written by love, family, and the people who make all of this mean something. And here's where things get even more heart-melting, because behind every powerhouse voice and glittering trophy, there's a heartbeat that keeps it all grounded. For Jessica, that heartbeat isn't just music, it's family. And her personal life in 2025 is a love song all on its own. At 30, Jessica isn't just a global star, she's a soon-to-be mom, a devoted wife, and the glue that keeps her tight-knit family stronger than ever. Her days are a balancing act between prenatal yoga classes and songwriting sessions, between studio deadlines and nursery decorating. But if you think she's doing it alone, think again. Jessica's support system is the definition of solid. Starting with her parents, Edita and Gilbert, the two people who shaped every note of her story. Edita, born in Samal, Bataan, is the gentle force behind Jessica's emotional core. She taught her Tagalog lullabies before she could read, adobo recipes before she could drive, and resilience before she even knew what the word meant. Jessica still calls her my rock, and if you saw Edita's tearful reaction when Jessica made the American Idol finale back in 2012, flying all the way from the Philippines to cheer her on, you'd understand why. Gilbert, on the other hand, is the definition of steady. A Mexican-American Navy veteran from Texas, he was the one who drove Jessica to her first vocal lessons, clapped loudest at her 2006 AGT audition, and reminded her constantly, "Your voice is your weapon. Use it wisely." Even now, his old Navy flag hangs proudly in her living room, a daily reminder of where her discipline comes from. Her brothers, the ones who once harmonized with her in the garage, are still her biggest fans. Their support during her 2025 AGT finale wasn't just heartwarming, it was legendary. Picture confetti cannons, ugly cry hugs, and an entire living room turned into a full-blown karaoke stage the second Jessica's name was announced as the winner. This family doesn't just celebrate success, they live it. But the real fairy tale chapter of Jessica's story, that's her romance with Ricky Gallardo, the man who turned from fanboy to forever. Ricky's not a celebrity, not a producer, not a Hollywood power player. He's a lighting technician she met at a church concert, and their love story could outshine any rom-com. Legend has it, he once told her on Instagram, "I'm gonna marry you one day." And spoiler alert, he did. Their 2021 wedding was the polar opposite of a Hollywood spectacle. A small, intimate church ceremony with Walmart rings and a borrowed wedding dress. No paparazzi, no red carpet. Just two people who chose each other, plain and simple. And if you think Ricky's just a background character, think again. He's been there through every high and low, holding her hand backstage during AGT, celebrating that golden buzzer moment like he wanted himself, and now prepping for fatherhood with the kind of excitement that would make any rom-com dad look lazy. Jessica calls him "my biggest rock," and it's not hard to see why. Their bond isn't built on fame or money. It's built on faith, friendship, and the kind of love that keeps her grounded no matter how loud the spotlight gets. And then there's Eliana, their soon-to-arrive daughter and already the most anticipated debut of Jessica's career. Announcing her pregnancy on AGT's stage wasn't just a viral moment. It was a full-circle one. The little girl who once sang her heart out on that same stage will soon be singing lullabies to a daughter of her own. Even the name Eliana carries weight, a nod to Adita and a tribute to family legacy. And when Gilbert found out he was going to be a grandfather, let's just say "mi nieta" became his new favorite phrase. And yes, it went viral. Family milestones are everything to Jessica. Brothers' birthdays turn into all-night karaoke marathons. Her dad's 2020 Navy retirement ceremony, she performed "Proud to be an American" and had everyone in tears. Even small moments, like her mom visiting from the Philippines and cooking sinigang while Jessica hums new melodies in the kitchen, are the glue that holds her hectic life together. In a world that worships fame and fortune, Jessica knows exactly where her real treasure lies: at the dinner table, surrounded by the people who loved her before the world even knew her name. And their journey together hasn't been all sunshine and applause. There have been bumps, and Jessica's handled them with the same grace and grit she brings to every performance. After Idol in 2012, she faced brutal online trolling over her Filipino features and accent. People said she wasn't American enough. Instead of clapping back with words, she did it with music, releasing empowerment anthems like "Stronger" and "What Doesn't Kill You," each one a lyrical middle finger to the haters. In 2014, a leaked rehearsal clip sparked lip-sync rumors, and Jessica's response was iconic: "My voice is real. Hear it live." And in 2019, when her concert in Brunei drew backlash due to human rights issues, she donated her performance fee to charity, saying simply, "Music unites, I choose love." Even her pregnancy in 2025 wasn't immune to criticism. Some trolls said competing on AGT while 9 months pregnant was unprofessional. Jessica didn't waste her breath replying. She just delivered a show-stopping finale performance of "Die with a Smile" and walked away with the crown. That's the Jessica Sanchez way. Silence the noise, sing louder, and let the results speak. But perhaps the most beautiful part of her story isn't the applause she's earned, it's the impact she's made. Jessica's heart for giving back runs just as deep as her love for singing. In 2013, she launched the Jessica Sanchez Foundation to fund music programs for underprivileged kids. Because as she puts it, "I was that kid with a dream." Now I pass the mic. By 2025, the foundation had raised over $500,000, funding scholarships, building music labs in schools, and giving hundreds of kids a shot at chasing their own stage lights. She even partnered with the Filipino American Arts Council during the pandemic to host virtual concerts, raising $50,000 for struggling families. After her AGT win, she donated $100,000 straight to the foundation, funding vocal lessons for 200 aspiring singers. Jessica also volunteers at the Filipino Cultural Center in San Diego every year, teaching free vocal workshops to teens. Her bilingual anthem, "Baddie," isn't just a song, it's a movement, empowering young women to embrace their identity, their strength, and their voice. And that's the thing about Jessica. For all the awards, accolades, and applause, her legacy isn't measured in trophies, it's measured in lives touched, dreams sparked, and communities lifted. Jessica Sanchez in 2025 isn't just a singer, she's a brand, a business, and a blueprint for how to turn talent into a legacy. Her net worth is sitting around $1 million, built from decades of touring, hit singles, and smart moves. Album sales and streaming still pay out, but it's the live shows, often pulling in $150,000 to $200,000 a night, and her Las Vegas residency deal that really stacked the cash. Add in brand partnerships with Nike and major music platforms, plus a growing social media influence, and Jessica's earning power is stronger than ever. But for her, money is just the fuel. not the finish line. It's about freedom. The freedom to create, to give back, and to give her daughter the kind of life she once dreamed of. And that's exactly what she's doing. Whether it's funding music programs through her foundation, building scholarships for underprivileged kids, or teaching free vocal workshops, Jessica uses her platform to lift others up, especially those who remind her of the girl she once was. Every chapter of her story proves one thing: resilience. The little girl who was booed off stage at 10 became a global star. The American Idol runner-up turned that loss into platinum opportunities. The injuries, the criticism, the career setbacks, they all became stepping stones. Even a pandemic couldn't stop her. She pivoted, performed online, and raised thousands for families in need. And now, with a baby on the way and a legacy already in motion, Jessica's story is far from over. What makes her different is simple. She's not chasing fame, she's building impact. From humble beginnings to million-dollar homes, from small-town stages to Las Vegas headliner, Jessica's journey is proof that dreams don't expire. They evolve, grow, and roar louder with every obstacle you overcome. So here's the takeaway. Jessica Sanchez didn't just find her voice, she built a life around it. And now she's singing louder than ever, not just for herself, but for every dreamer watching. If you're inspired by her story, hit that like button, subscribe for more celebrity deep dives, and tell us in the comments who's next. Because if Jessica's journey proves anything, it's that the encore is always worth waiting for.